individual Dharma, what we are each put here for. For an artist to be an engineer is not fulfilling their Dharma. For an engineer to be an artist is not fulfilling his Dharma. Each of us comes into this world with Dharma, with duty. And the tragedy today is that many of us think of it only as something very romantic, as though my Dharma, if it's really my Dharma, it's going to be something very, very high, very, very magnificent. But that's not really true. There's a beautiful story of a saint, and the saint is bathing in a river. And he notices a scorpion that's drowning in the water. And the saint reaches down to pick up the scorpion, to save it, to put it on the shore. And as he picks up the scorpion, it stings him. So the saint goes like this, and the scorpion falls back in the water. Again, the saint picks it up to save it from drowning. And again, just before it gets to the shore, the scorpion bites him. Oh, the saint flings his hand instinctively, and the scorpion drowns, starts to flail in the water. Again, the saint picks it up. Again, he tries to put it on shore. Again, it stings him. Again, he flings his arm. There's a man on the shore watching this, and he says, "Baba, what are you doing? Let it drown, forget it. The scorpion is not going to stop stinging you. The scorpion only knows how to sting. Forget it." So the saint says, the scorpion is stinging me because it is his Dharma to sting. It is my Dharma to save. And because the scorpion is not leaving his Dharma, why should I leave mine? So Dharma is not always fun, and it's not always romantic. Sometimes Dharma is continuing to get stung while you're saving, because you're a saint and your Dharma is to save. With the awareness that this scorpion is stinging you because it's its Dharma to sting. Staying connected to our Dharma. Fulfilling our Dharma means whatever my duty is, in whatever circumstance, whatever situation, pleasant or unpleasant, romantic, not romantic, this is what I need to do. There's a beautiful story of the Sage Naraji. It's a long story, I won't go into all of it, but the Sage Naraji was a great sage. One day, he sees the palm of a princess and is intoxicated with love for this princess. He wants to marry this princess. Now, as it turns out, the father of the princess, the king, was just about to have the special ceremony where all of the eligible suitors come together and vie for the hand of the princess. Now, Naraji was a sage. He was not supposed to be getting engaged in things like marriage, but he was intoxicated with the beauty of this princess. So he goes to God, he goes to Vishnu, and he says, give me the face of Hari, give me the face of the divine, so that I may win this princess's hand in marriage. So Vishnu looks at him and says, done. Now, Naraji goes to the ceremony, and in the ceremony, the princess has to go from one suitor to the next, holding this flower garland. And she's going to decide who will be her husband. One by one she goes. She gets to Naraji. She looks at him. She kind of even laughs a little bit and continues on. Now Naraji is irate. How could she possibly have walked right by me. I have the face of the divine. She had to choose me. I'm the most beautiful man here. But she doesn't choose him. And after the ceremony, he rushes out. He cannot believe what's happened. He looks in the water and he sees that Vishnuji has given him the face of a monkey. Also one of the meanings of Hari. And he goes to Vishnuji, furious. How dare you? You were supposed to make me the most handsome man. And instead you made me a laughing stock. But it was not Naraji's dharma to marry the princess. We needed Naraji as a sage. We needed Naraji to bring the Bhakti Sutras, to bring all of the great teachings to all of humanity. So even when we are doing everything, even when we want something, even when we think we're entitled to it, we should have it. If it's not our dharma, it's not going to happen. And our greatest achievement in life, as Lord Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita so beautifully, is to fulfill our dharma. Whatever that dharma may be, our purpose in life is to fulfill that, not to fulfill someone else's. Not your dharma looks better than mine, I want to do that. Or this looks much more romantic, this looks much more fun. No. To fulfill our dharma. And when we fulfill our dharma, then not only are we held together, but we serve as part of dharma, holding the rest of society together. And what's most important to remember is there's nothing higher or lower, better or worse. We've put these very subjective labels on things. We've said rich is good, poor is bad. Success is good, failure is bad. Health is good, sickness is bad. If you've got success, if you've got wealth, if you've got health, it means you've got good karma. You're being rewarded. If you don't have good health, or you're not so successful, you must have done something wrong. No. Each of us has been given the situation that is most conducive for us to fulfill our dharma. Arjun's dharma was to restore dharma to the land. Arjun's dharma was to be king of Kurukshetra. Arjun's dharma was to bring back the balance, bring back the light. He liked the idea of going off and meditating in the mountains much more. This is where the Bhagavad Gita came from. Arjun said, forget it. I don't want to fight. There's no need. Let them keep the land. Let them keep the kingdom. Let them keep everything. But Lord Krishna reminded him, your dharma is to restore dharma. Your dharma is not to go off into the mountains and meditate. Meditation is great for those whose duty that is. You are a warrior, not a rishi or a yogi or one who's supposed to be in a cave meditating. And the same is true for each of us. Our dharma may not be something that's always fun. It may not be something that always feels good. Getting stung by a scorpion doesn't feel good. But when that's our dharma, fulfilling that is what keeps us held together protected, and what enables us to help hold together and protect society and the world.